All right. Well, hey, it's great to see both of you to talk a little bit about what AGSC has got going on at Auto Glass Week today. I will let Jacques and Peter, I know a lot of people know you already, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and your role at AGSC?
Hi, I'm Jacques Navant. I am the sitting president of the Auto Glass Safety Council.
And I'm Peter Brown from Tiny and Sons Glass in Massachusetts, and I'm the vice chair of the Auto Glass Safety Council.
And then I'm Abby Bowman. I am the communications manager for the Auto Glass Safety Council. So, for those who aren't familiar with the Auto Glass Safety Council already, it's the only nonprofit or not-for-profit organization dedicated to the safe and proper replacement of auto glass. And AGSC maintains the AGSC standard as part of that. So Peter, tell me a little bit about what you think are the top benefits to being an AGSC member.
So one of the biggest things for the Auto Glass Safety Council for me is the connections. Just being connected with Jacques is a perfect example of, we have a similar business model, our businesses were started off in similar circles. And it's nice to be able to talk to people that are in a trade that it's very competitive. And we share information, we help each other as far as certifications go, equipment, connections in invoicing to HR. And it's just a huge benefit to all of that for being part of the Auto Glass Safety Council.
Jacques, anything you'd like to add there? Thank you.
Yeah, to touch on what Peter said, it's nice to have a group that obviously cares about quality and safety and overall how they do and conduct business. So it's nice to bounce ideas off of other members. It's nice to share best practices and processes. My company might be really, really good at training CSRs, where Peter's company is really, really good at calibration. So it's nice to get that counterbalance and bounce ideas and shamelessly steal ideas.
Exactly.
Well, perfect. Thank you, both of you, so much. So, obviously we're here because AGSC has a lot of stuff going on at Auto Glass Week, which, for anybody who doesn't know, is in Reno, Nevada, from September 9th through 11th. And if I'm pronouncing Nevada wrong, nobody's allowed to pick on me. I grew up on the East Coast. But on the last morning, on Thursday morning, Jacques, we have a little session with you. Tell me a little bit about Coffee with Jacques.
Well, this is pretty exciting. And the way we've structured this entire Auto Glass Week is to be a lot more open, giving more time for questions, where I think in the past we booked it so tightly that we didn't allow enough time for questions. So we're trying to do as many open sessions as we possibly can. Coffee with me is just one part, probably the most boring part of the week. If you're dumb enough to come and sit there with me, I will promise not to bore you.
You would probably get more people if we had rice bowls.
I'll see what I can do. No promises on the rice bowls.
Okay.
But anything that I'm involved with this Auto Glass Week, I want to be no holds barred. I want to answer difficult questions. I want to handle difficult topics, because that's the only way we're going to get better. Our industry is in a very tumultuous time right now. There's a lot going on. Rather than focus on social media posts and writing mean letters to people, we're going to focus on real people, real problems, getting together, and try to find a way out of this weird time slot in our or weird period in our industry, move better and come out of the back end stronger.
So the nice thing about this is it's not really an educational session as much as it's a conversation with you. So people have questions about you, about AGSC, anything about that. If they have Star Wars questions, Jacques, I'm sure they could come to talk to you about that as well.
Absolutely. I'm probably one of the biggest dorks any of you will ever meet. But like I say, I'm excited, because we are going to handle difficult conversations this time around at Auto Glass Week. So no question will go unanswered. If it's something I can't answer, I'll get you the answer for. Pretty exciting.
So, Peter, you've got some fun sessions that you're a part of as well. So, on Wednesday, so the second day of Auto Glass Week, the 10th, Wednesday morning at 8, you're going to be part of a session called High Yield, Low Cost Marketing and How to Own Your Pond. So, tell me a little bit about that. What are you excited about there?
Well, it's one of the biggest things we have in our area is that everybody works with Google search, and they try to get that zip code indicator, all that stuff. And Jacques can attest to this. In my area, there's one entity that controls that whole zip code era. And the only way to bypass it is to do the natural algorithm stuff, and that's to be involved in the community, a lot of social events, grassroots marketing, such as local radio, local magazines, and just being out there on Saturdays and Sundays and volunteering. And one of the things that the niche marketing that we have here in our area is the Chamber of Commerce, the BNIs, the business networking stuff, getting involved in the Pembroke Chamber or the Plymouth Chamber or the South Shore Chamber, stuff like that, and sponsor those events. And that helps because a lot of the dealerships, the fleets, and the agents are involved in those organizations. So it helps. So we're going to talk about that. And Patricia Smiley is going to be with us, and she's got a lot of knowledge as far as marketing goes in her area. We're going to share a lot of techniques and secrets and just ask questions and answer questions that people have.
Patricia is hands down, one of the most talented people in our industry. So if you do anything, come by and see her and what she has to say. Peter's okay, but Patricia.
Yeah. No, she's amazing. And what's interesting about Patricia's background is she has a marketing background, but she's also involved in a lot of community events similar to what Jacques does and we do. And she seems to have it down pat.
Yeah. No, I know that's one session that I will be very much looking forward to attending as well, to learn from both you and Patricia. Just a reminder before we go on, full registration is required to attend the educational sessions. And I'll talk a little bit more later on about a discount code to get a great discount on that full registration. But Peter, that's not the only session that you're a part of. On Thursday, the 11th at 8 a.m., you're also going to be part of the Standards and Legislative Updates. So tell me a little bit about what's going on with that.
So it's interesting with the Standards Committee. We have some new wording that we're going to be putting forth to our committees on the ADAS side of it and the certification side of it, and the verbiage that makes sure that everybody kind of follows the criteria. And what we've been finding is there's a lot of legislative put-ins across the country for directly involving ADAS and recalibrations and how that plays out. And we've been following it very closely, because it's not, some of it is restrictive, and some of it doesn't use a lot of the standard language that we have. So we are following that to make sure that everything that they're doing or whatever they're gonna propose, that we have a voice in also, so that it evens the playing field for everyone.
You guys are also talking about there's some upcoming changes in the AGSC standard and ROLAGs as well. So you guys are going to be going over those as well, correct?
Absolutely, yep. Linda Rawlinson will be there from the ROLAGs committee. She'll be talking about that. And then I'm going to tie in Jacques a little bit to help us with the ADAS side of it. So it'll be a good open forum for people to ask questions and find out what the standard is about and how it affects them as far as legislatively.
And listen, we obviously can't go back and change the past, but this seminar and being involved in the committee meetings, shaping the standard, being involved on the repair side, the calibration side, now more than ever, this is mission critical. This is where we can't change the past, but we can definitely shape the future, and this is how you do it. So get involved.
Absolutely. And I'm the chair of the standards committee this year, and the committee itself, I think this is probably the best round of people that we've had in the past 5 years. We've got a good smattering of all of the people who represent the auto glass business as far as who is involved in decision making, and they're all in tune to make sure that the standard is fair for everyone, and it's a document on what safety is all about. So I'm really looking forward to the meetings this year.
So, with these guys, with Peter and Jacques at that session, there's also going to be Josh Schwarmer with Omega EDI. Linda will be there as well. She's on the board for the Auto Glass Safety Council and runs Superior Auto Glass of Tampa Bay. And then Kim Mann, AGSC's counsel, will be there as well to help go over some of the legal matters.
Yeah, Josh has been instrumental on our legislative side, and he's been keeping tabs on it. So he's very, very instrumental in what's been going on.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we really, really are going to appreciate his insights.
Yes.
Well, kind of making a very abrupt transition in topics from something very important, but also very serious, to this one is a lot of fun that I'm really looking forward to. The 90s Bash, AGSC's 90s Bash, starting at 6:30 on Tuesday, September the 9th. So it's a great way to kind of kick everything off. And it's exactly what it sounds like. We're having a 90s themed party to celebrate the anniversary of the AGSC standard. Okay, so Peter, Jacques, we're having a costume contest there. There's going to be a Best Dressed Award. Tell me a little bit about what are you guys planning to wear?
My team is still in debate over it. I'm trying to force everybody to do a theme.
Okay.
All the representatives from my company, but we're still in debate. So more details to come.
I was going to do the Next Generation Star Trek uniform, but the red shirt that I have, everybody that wears a red shirt in the Star Trek dies. So I don't think I should do that. So I dug out.
That is wonderful, Peter. We will be able to spot you.
That's my bowling shirt. That is 90s style bowling shirt, retro. So I got my name on the back and the flag, and I'm all set.
Yeah, this might not be the group to wear a red shirt around for sure.
I was just going to say, I've probably put way too much thought into what I'm going to be wearing. I'm kind of stuck between Winona Ryder and Jennifer Aniston for outfit inspiration. So stay tuned for which one I pick there. Okay, so it's not only going to have a whole bunch of awesome 90s stuff between, our costumes and the decorations and food and all that fun stuff. We're going to have a pretty cool giveaway. So Jacques, tell me a little bit about what people can win.
So my team and Deb's team got together and we designed two commemorative frogs to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Auto Glass Week and the anniversary of the standard. So we're going to be giving away two full tool systems. Pretty exciting. And not just the tool system, we're going to cram as much stuff inside that frog box as we possibly can. So you're going to walk away with some really, really cool stuff. And we're going to be giving away an award there as well. And I think, isn't there an award for best dress, best costume?
Yes. Yep. I think I mentioned that earlier, but thank you for reminding me if I forgot. There is an award for the best dress. So everybody who's going better come in their best 90s clothes.
And listen, with everything that's stressful and terrible going on in our industry right now, if there's ever been a year where all of us need to gather and have a little bit of fun, this is that year. So come out.
Absolutely.
Now, Jacques, before we move on, tell us a little bit about the frog tool, just for the people who aren't familiar with it yet, so that they know what they can win.
So it's a tool that my company has used for the last 10 years. It's designed to be ergonomically sound, and we designed it kind of like Willy Wonka's everlasting gobstopper. It's built durable and tough, so it should be the last cutout tool that you'll ever need. It's designed to last. Like I say, battlefield tested from my team, and we did things a little bit different. So we have an AGSC registered training program along with the tool. So we'll actually certify you on the tool. And every time you buy or win a tool, you get a year's worth of free tech support. And that's not just with the tool. If you're struggling on calibrations, if you're struggling on getting a rearview mirror off, you really can't get yourself in trouble that we can't get you out of. We won't tell you where to hide the body, but anything auto glass related, we got you covered.
Yes, that would be very bad advice to give. But I visited Jacques and his team. They're incredibly professional and very, very knowledgeable. So that would be great help to anyone who wins that prize.
Thank you, Abby.
Of course.
Good job, Abby, on that. I saw the pictures from that. You did an awesome job.
Thank you, Peter. Well, obviously I'm not going to go out and install windshields or do repairs tomorrow, but it got me a good taste and I'm very excited to learn more. So,
I bet you could do it.
I bet
thank
so.
you, Jacques.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I know she could do it. Yeah.
Well, speaking of having fun, there's going to be another special event at Auto Glass Week. We're going to do the Bullseye Bonanza because we figured, hey, this is the first time we've been out west in a little while. So we're going to do a Western themed event. And that's going to be on Tuesday, the 9th at 6 p.m. You'll get to, it's inspired by Wild West sharpshooters. So there's going to be windshields there that you can shoot at. So I don't know. A lot of fun to me.
We do that at golf tournaments.
Shoot at windshields?
No, we put windshields out 150, 200 yards out on the driving range. And they shoot balls at it. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, perfect. This will be same general theory, but Wild West theme.
Only with a 457, yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait and see what we're using there. But yeah.
Okay.
I hope we have some 1341s out there.
Well, hey, I will let you guys take that up with the Auto Glass Week planning team, you guys.
Those are my favorite.
So, okay. Now diving back into some of, the other great things that AGSC is offering at Auto Glass Week. There's going to be 8 certifications. 2 of those are brand new certifications, and I'll get to those in just a minute. But there's, of course, AGSC's technician certification. Dynol is also going to be offering adhesive certification, as well as DuPont. And then SRP is going to be offering certification as well. And then obviously AGSC will have registered repair technician certification as well.
And Sika will be there. And if you think about the historical significance of this is the first time we're going live with our CSR and calibration certification. So I kind of can't wait to see who gets awarded the first certificate in that first patch. This is a big deal. I'm very excited for this one.
So tell us a little bit about that. And Jacques, either you or Peter can jump in on this. The 2 new certifications are for, like Jacques just said, customer service representative certification. So, going over the basics of, being a CSR, and also, for CSRs to emphasize the importance of, Auto Glass Safety Council membership, as well as then the ADAS certification to certify technicians in calibrating after you've replaced a windshield. Let me just go ahead and go over the certifications that we're offering again, because those are 8 and it's a lot, and it's going to be a great benefit to everyone. So we've got AGSC's technician certification, Dynol, DuPont, Sika, SRP are all offering adhesive certifications. There's AGSC is also offering, via the NWRD, the repair certification, and then there's the 2 new ones for CSRs and ADAS. Now, I kind of got ahead of myself there. Jacques and Peter, go ahead, tell us a little bit about what you're most excited about for the CSR and ADAS certifications.
So a lot of work was put into both of these new certifications. So these weren't just, we didn't just pump into ChatGPT, make questions on this topic. These are made by the best people in the industry, put together, locked in very hot, uncomfortable rooms for long periods of time, and came up with a two really quality certification. So I'm excited to see. This is almost like dropping your kid off to school the first time. This is super exciting to me, and I can't wait to see how it unfurls. And this is cool.
Peter, what do you think? Any thoughts to add?
I'll double that with Jacques. I mean, the biggest one is the CSR training that we've been doing. Finally got a certification for that, and I was honored that Jacques had included me in some of the verbiage, and it's incredible because our biggest problem in the industry is going against the scripts, and if we can personalize our CSRs to a point where the people will bypass that to call us direct because they know we're going to have somebody that's more knowledgeable. It's a win for us. And if we can market this as the CSR certifications, this is the first of any kind in the auto glass industry. And
yes,
they are the face and the voice of the businesses that handle the auto glass replacement and insurance replacement. So this is a huge advantage. I'm going to take the test because I'm interested in how it works. And I'm going to make sure that my CSRs are available to take that test in the future. And it's a training tool for us.
And a very cool thing. So you come to Auto Glass Week, you're not going to go home empty-handed. You can walk away with 8 certifications to show off when you get home. And like Peter said, to help market your business. These are, again, very tumultuous times. So anything you can do to get that competitive advantage over your competitor, what a great thing. And we're rolling out some new material for the build up to these 2 new certifications. And I know all the adhesive manufacturers are bringing their best game for their certification. So this is really exciting. I think probably a first for Auto Glass Week. So very cool.
So, people who go get to take, a few days of their time and then leave with not only a bunch of great education, the experiencing the show floor, but there are 8 certifications that they can go back to their business with. All right. Well, there's also another great opportunity for the industry, for AGSC registered members specifically, that we're having on that Wednesday at noon. Jacques, why didn't you tell us a little bit about that?
So this is kind of like if you haven't guessed, I'm a dork. I look at this kind of like an episode of the X-Files, right? After going to Auto Glass Week for a handful of years now, I'm still relatively new to the independent sphere of our industry. So I've been listening. So everything that people have asked for at Auto Glass, I was giving seminars, sat in on seminars, I compiled into a package. And we're going to get registered members companies to rub our heads together and come up with a plan to be more competitive. We're going to talk about some things that members have been requesting for a very long time, and we're going to actually make them happy. Again, I probably sound like a broken record, but with everything that's going on in our industry, writing mean letters and endless lawsuits, that's not the way. The past is the past. We have to move forward. And this meeting is where registered members can get moving into the future, build the path for their business, their technicians, their CSRs, themselves, and build a better tomorrow. We can't change the past, and this is all about building the future. So I'm excited, very, very excited for this one.
So, okay, there's obviously still more that AGSC is offering at Auto Glass Week. We're also going to be debuting an AGSC documentary. And I'm not going to share too many details about that because I want everybody to be able to experience that in person, but that's something great to look forward to.
Well, the name says it all, right? Mm-hmm. So the name of our documentary is Voices of the Original Disruptors. So we're going to start from the beginning, tell the story of where we came from, and then by the end of Auto Glass, get a very clear picture of where we're going. So this will be exciting. Those of you that have been around the industry for a while, you're going to see some people that you probably haven't seen in a while, and the really cool story.
So, okay, now let's move on to some of the competitions at Auto Glass Week. You know, obviously, I know that there's a lot of AGSC certified technicians out there that are planning to compete to show off their skills with, you know, in front of the whole stage, or show off their skills in front of everybody at the show. But there's a giveaway if you are planning to compete. You can, you know, you have to be registered to compete in any of the official competitions. So that could be the Auto Glass Technician competition, the Auto Glass the repair competition, the CSR competition, or the calibration competition. As long as you're registered in those, you post a reel on your Facebook or Instagram page showing how you're preparing for the competition. And then you tag Auto Glass Week. So that's at Auto Glass Week. And then use the hashtag Auto Glass Week in your caption. And as long as you do that by July 17th, you're entered to potentially win $100. So that's pretty cool.
I can't wait to see what everybody puts forth on this one, because it's all fun and games until you're in front of a couple hundred people, right? So seeing how people prepare, having prepared competitors in the past myself, this is, to me, one of the coolest parts of the process, because that's how the sausage is made, right? And this should be, I think we've got a record amount of people registered to compete, so this should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, any final thoughts before I wrap up with just a little bit more information?
So if just thinking about the documentary we're putting together and names of people that I was involved in way back in the day, I remember the first meeting that I was in was up here in the Northeast, and I stood up and I was one of those ones that threw the chair and say, "Hey, what are you guys doing for me?" And the next day I got a phone call and it says, "Well, this is what you're going to do for us." Yeah. And hopefully we have a lot of people, those people that like to throw the chairs in our meetings or when they come to our seminars, those are the people that we want involved. So don't be afraid to ask how to be involved.
Yes, obviously we hope nobody's throwing any chairs, but exactly.
Well, that's figure of speech, but we've last couple of shows, Jacques and I have been walking the floor and getting those people that want to speak out, because those are the voices that we need to make this industry better. And we're looking forward to having this discourse and having these discussions and getting people more involved.
Well, our industry is at a turning point right now. A lot of the leaders from the past are retiring or in essence taking a back seat. So we have a lot of new faces involved. And to me, that's exhilarating, right? Because we're charting the unknown. So these are exciting times.
Well, in order to join us, me, Jacques, and Peter are all super excited to be at Auto Glass Week. So join us there September 9th through 11th in, like I said, Reno, Nevada, specifically at the Reno Sparks Convention Center. And you can find more information on Auto Glass Week's website, which is autoglassweek.com. And then if you use the promo code BAGR25G, that will get you free partial registration, which gets you onto the show floor so you can experience all of that and the great demonstrations that we have there. But it'll also get you $125 off of full registration, which gets you into those educational sessions and all of that. Well, Peter and Jacques, thank you so much for joining me here today. I know that I'm excited for everything that we just talked about, and I hope that you guys are as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm getting my platform shoes out. Oh, wait a minute, that's 70s. That's not 80s, 90s.
You know what? No. We can make it.
Yeah, the tracksuit.
I'm thinking for Dave Leach and I, a Buffalo Bill and Hannibal Lecter would be in order. Dave's definitely.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I could see him with a basket of lotion.